Hello and welcome to Liberate Your Life podcast, a place where we come together and explore Ayurvedic wisdom, holistic healing, and spirituality, empowering individuals to explore their true nature and transform their life. I'm your host, Melinda Reese, Ayurvedic practitioner, Panchakarma specialist, and founder of Tahoe Ayurveda. And I am here to help you transform your life. Welcome to episode 12 on Liberate Your Life podcast, Embodied Freedom. In this episode, I explore what embodiment means, as well as the freedom that we can harness within our embodiment, and a real deep look into what freedom means and how we can access that in our everyday life. Embodiment. What does that mean? To be embodied is to gain access to our capacity, to our wholeness, and really bring that alive through our experience of the body. We often are locked in our heads, in our thoughts, and our body is just being dragged around by those thoughts, and we aren't listening. We've lost that connection to the inner voice and the intelligence around how to love and care and connect with our bodies that house our spirit, our soul, our heart, and really are the structure that holds us and carries us through this beautiful life so that we can really manifest and live out our full potential and really heal through our karmic journey and really access our dharma. And through that is also the awakening process, to awaken to the truth of one's being, to consciousness, to awake consciousness, living and being as the embodiment of you. So embodiment is really accessed through mindfulness practices, through meditation, through breath work, through movement, through dance, through swimming, through laughter, when we can really connect and really access again the places that we have disowned or rejected about our body, and listen to the subtleties and really embrace and accept and be at peace within this beautiful embodiment. And then when we can really connect into that compassion and love for this embodied journey, right? We're here to be embodied. We are here. We were birthed into this body, and this life is about embodiment, and to really land in the body and experience life through the body and move towards awakened consciousness, alive through the body. And so when we connect deeper into our embodiment, we can really reconnect to that deeper intelligence that is guiding us, that heart wisdom, that the body, doesn't lie. The body really gives us these signs of this is a deep yes and this is a deep no, and we override it constantly with desire, appearance, indulgences. And so when we reconnect to our body, we can really listen to, is this in deep alignment? Do I really resonate with this choice, with this movement, with this action, with this plan, with this journey? Or is it a no? And the body will give so many signs. Even in relationship, you go on a first date and everything is telling you no, and you still show up and you take it for a ride for 3 months or 30 years. And again, truth comes through our body, through our heart, through this deeper knowing and intelligence, and we often override it. So when we really kind of access the depth of our embodiment, we move as one. We move with spirit, mind, and body as one in this embodiment, and we are directed and guided with such a deep intelligence. So this embodiment is a big theme right now as we can all learn how to arrive and land in our embodiment. And I know in the past, in my own healing journey, that I was doing a lot of outer body experiences, because to land in my body, the noise and pain and uncomfortability was so loud that I would just hover and not actually be in my body. And I would create a lot of messes, and it would be pretty chaotic at times because I really was not in my body. And I was, in this fight or flight survival mode. And so one of my teachers was describing me as this, feathered bird, butterfly that would just hover over the branches, and that I really didn't trust life. I didn't trust really inhabiting this body, and that I felt safer just hovering above and really experiencing life from that aspect and that angle. But through the healing journey, I've learned to really land in my body and to not just hover. And that becomes such a powerful movement when the formless and the form move as one, right? So this like greater intelligence, insight, awareness, spirit, soul, heart really moves in form. Again, being here, being embodied is this journey of our human existence, and to really land and be embodied and really reclaim our wholeness and embrace the entirety of our being and moving with more ease and grace out into the world. And so our next theme is freedom, living the embodied freedom that is available to all. And when I think about freedom, I feel into the conditioning and the fears and anxiety and the trauma and the disconnection and the challenging and suffering that we experience in our human lives. And the freedom is as we begin to deconstruct the egoic infrastructure and we begin to unravel the stories and the beliefs that have really contracted in our systems, that have created a lot of resistance. And as we do this powerful healing work, we really connect to this deeper freedom that is available, where we are empowered to be authentic and real and expressive, and that we're not moving through life through all these filters of how we should be, how we were taught to be, how our parents told us we had to be, how society told us we had to be, how that person at some point in our life said something. And it just, we make these contracts long, long ago, and we are like, I have to be like this. I can't be like this. The world needs me to be like this. My body's like this. I'm not allowed to do this and that and the next thing. And it creates this like way in which we move through life that is so contorted, and it's so challenging, and we suffer because we are yearning inside to really access our capacity, to access our depth. We want to feel free to be us, to really experience the pure, true, direct experience of our awake consciousness, of our divinity, of our authenticity, of who we came here to be, and without all the noise and the chatter. So we can really move through life and do this deeper healing and unravel these stories and conditionings and access this freedom that is powerful and alive and in alignment and connected to our Dharma and pure and profound. And our capacities are so vast and so infinite and so incredible. And when we begin the journey of really deconstructing that egoic movement from all the pain and the trauma and the contractions that land in our system, we begin to experience a deep freedom to be ourselves. And that lands in the embodiment. So again, it's when the formless and the form move as one. That higher consciousness is beautiful, but it lands in the embodiment, and then that awake consciousness moves in form as the body, as the mind, as the heart, as the awake consciousness. And that connects us to something so true and so powerful, and it lights the world up. It inspires people just by being. There's this end to this story about how we're supposed to be, and we get to really be who we truly are. And so in my work, I use Embodied Freedom as a framework to guide my clients with Vedic counseling, where we're really looking at the mind, the body, the consciousness, really looking at limiting stories and beliefs and who we came into this world as, where we've contracted, where we're really still stuck in this like kind of dark space of the shadow, and where we're really needing to bring awake light consciousness into these areas that have been so tender and so vulnerable and so resisting. But underneath that, we're craving for love and energy and awareness and consciousness to come back and flow through our entire being. And that we all know that we have such a great capacity, and we're like, how do I ignite that? How do I activate that? How do I become that? I am that. You are that. It is available here and now. And the journey is profound. And there's ways in which we contract, because really moving through those places that we've made those contracts long ago that we don't want to access through our fear and our anxiety is so strong. So really, it's beautiful to have an ally, to have a mentor or a teacher, a counselor to help guide through those really challenging places and really open up the pathways again to access ultimate freedom, direct experience, pure goodness, and your highest self. Embodied freedom is available. It is something that is truly within all of us, to be free, to be embodied, and to really live our full capacity, our highest potential, our highest self, and allow the divinity to wake up through our humanity. So breathe deep into your core and connect to that inner stillness, that inner peace, and that inner knowing that you are everything, that you have the capacity to be happy and healthy and free and to live a powerful and beautiful life. Today is the perfect day to commit, to change, to transform, and to trust the journey, the process, the unraveling, the depth, and the true freedom. Thank you for joining me today on our 12th episode, Embodied Freedom. You can connect with me on Instagram at melindareese.co, or check out my website, melindareese.com. And I offer Vedic counseling, and we dive into this deep journey of embodied freedom, understanding your true nature, Ayurvedic wisdom, and unraveling who you think you are and connecting to who you truly are.